welcome! We're the Custodians! I'm Rhett.
Shit, and I'm Gabe.
And we're here to react to the Obi Wan Kenobi teaser trailer by Disney Plus, The Haven of good quality. That's a funny little joke there, because it's not true. In fact, it's
the opposite.
It's quite the opposite, really. With some exceptions here and there.
Yeah.
But mostly everything they've put out
is shit.
Has been shit.
Yeah.
But
hey, we have Obi-Wan now.
Which is also going to be shit. Don't delude yourself.
No, nope. Glass half full. Don't be that kind of person.
See, people will consider me a pessimist. I just consider myself a realist, actually, because there's only so many times. Yeah, I'm just following the track record. Had this been the first thing, and I'm like, it's gonna be shit. See, that would be pessimism. This is like the fifth shit. Like,
wait, what? Star Wars. What was
Mando season 1 and 2, Book of Boba Fett.
Season 2 Book. So that's 6.
6 shits.
That's 6.
And that's not including the Marvel stuff.
I think we can just talk about Star Wars for now.
Are you sure? Because they're pretty similar.
I think the Star Wars stuff that Disney's been putting out is worse than the Marvel stuff.
Dude, Loki, man. Loki.
No,
oh, hi! Again, remember, we're reacting to the Obi-Wan trailer.
We're not shitting on Disney. We can't go down that track.
We'll get to that after we watch the trailer, I'm sure.
But let's be hopeful about the new show.
I am being hopeful.
How about that?
Gabe?
Yes,
telling you shit is the hopeful option. The pessimistic option is this is going to thermonuclearly destroy whatever foundations are left of Star Wars. It's gonna be the Loki of Star Wars. That's the pessimistic take. The realistic
which is your take.
The realistic take is that it's going to be garbage tier, native tier trash. The optimistic take is that it's just going to be bad. Like,
I can be honest with you, I can't tell the difference between your
episode 5 or 6, whatever.
I cannot tell that there is no difference between your pessimistic outlook and your realism outlook.
My pessimistic outlook is me ranting for 5 hours on end about how it destroys Star Wars. My realistic outlook is going, yeah, I could probably talk about this for a bit about how it's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad. My optimistic is like, you know what? I mean, like, it was pretty shit, but, like, there were some parts in it that weren't. Like, that's the optimistic. You know, like,
do we know who's,
the singular Mando episode of the Book of Bob Feet.
Do we know who's directing?
I do not know who's directing it. Of course. All jokes aside, even though those weren't really jokes, I'm so excited to see Ewan McGregor again, but I just... Every time I go, oh, I'm excited for this, it goes, oh, I was excited for Tamaya Morrison as well. Like, I was really excited to see Tamaya Morrison again as Boba Fett, and like a panther. Here, okay, how about this? Before we get started, do you think that we're actually going to see any, like, leaving of Tatooine? Are we going to have any adventures off-world?
I don't see why he would. I don't see why he would.
Neither do I.
Because this is he has a mission, and this was even actually talked about. You've probably seen it when Darth Maul in Rebels confronts Obi-Wan, and the voice actor for Darth Maul talked about it, and it's like, oh, this is an active Jedi on duty. He wasn't just some rat that was hiding away. He was still a Jedi. He was still doing a job, and his job was to protect Luke, so that once he was old enough, he could train him. Do you think
they're gonna turn Luke into, like, some kind of, like, destroy him even more? Like, because they can't fucking help
as
themselves.
A child? Well, no, he would
no,
be...
as a child, it's gonna be him, like, you know, sociopathically, like, you know how he said he, you know, like, bullseyed want rats in his T6 team? So we're gonna elaborate on that. It's gonna be him shooting womp rats and then, like, going and finding their nests and stomping on the babies and, like...
No, I don't think he's gonna be an obnoxious. I think we're the.
Well, here's the thing.
If we're gonna see him, I don't think
just a baby at this point.
Yeah, if we're going to see him, he's not gonna be some obnoxious,
as a baby,
cringy tween.
Force choke.
He's gonna be like, no, he's gonna probably be like, at the most, in my opinion, maybe like 2 or 3 years old. Because you gotta remember, Obi-Wan was in his 70s.
See, one thing that I really, really want to see, genuinely, is I want to see Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan become Alec Guinness's Obi-Wan. And I
want to see Ewan
really
McGregor have an anxiety attack.
I genuinely believe that one of the best parts about the prequels was seeing Obi-Wan grow. You know, go from the kind of more plucky, you know, not necessarily headstrong, but more confident. Well, he's confident all the way through, but like the Padawan into the more withered, you know, tested master. And like, see now, because I can totally believe, while the timeline is a little questionable, I can definitely see Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith become Alec Guinness's Obi-Wan in A New Hope.
You mean him transition from Obi Wan Kenobi to Ben Kenobi?
Exactly. Yes. So I here's the thing. While I shudder to say it, this does have potential to be very, very good.
I think it does.
They all had potential to be very, very good.
I know, but because they were bad, it doesn't mean.
If every single time I see somebody they come and punch me in the dick, I'm gonna start guarding my crotch. Okay, like that's.
I'm just saying.
All right.
I'm just saying.
But that's something I really like. If this is a little bit more of an introspective show, I think I'll be very into it. If this is gonna be, you know, Disney Plus, we need a stupid fucking dumb fucking, you know, stupid fight scene. You know, 1 or 2 fight scenes every episode, no matter if it like a Mortal Kombat campaign where it's like, you bumped into me, round 1, right? Like that kind of stupid dumb stuff that we've seen, where you need a dumb stupid action scene. I like action, but like we don't need an action scene we don't need to mandate it to every episode.
So 2 things before we start. 1, the only thing that I know about this, and it actually was released, was that what's the actor for Anakin?
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. I really want to see Hayden Christensen again, but
Hayden Christensen
he's a
is
good actor.
Confirmed in the cast.
He's a good actor.
He was just given a really shitty script and really shitty lines.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the best line delivery that he probably had was in Revenge of the Sith.
No, the best line delivery he had was when he wasn't delivering lines and he was just able to just physically emote. That's like the
I don't know,
shit.
When he was really sad and getting burnt up, I thought he had a really good performance.
I hate you!
No, so we know that he's confirmed in the cast, which means he's probably coming back either through like Star Wars, the Clone Wars flashbacks that we didn't see in the prequels, or he's going to be flashbacks of, you know, or like maybe he has had some encounters with Darth Vader, or he's having thoughts about him. Secondly,
there's no way he can have an encounter with Darth Vader.
Where is this taking place in the timeline? Is this going to be directly after, like maybe a few years, like beginning of the Empire?
It has to be a few years after. Or is it going to be after,
before the rebellion?
Young enough, like early enough, so that, you know, it's still believable that it's Ewan McGregor, not Alec Guinness. So he's not. He hasn't aged like 20, 30 years yet. But
he doesn't look like he's that old. In the he's.
Well, that's another thing. You know, Ewan McGregor in Revenge of the Sith has to age like 20, 30 years in 18.
So if that is the case, do we think we're gonna get
2 years, 3 years probably?
If that is the case, do you think we are going to get a Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan fight? Because we got that in Rebels, and that takes place before the
no. Because Alec Guinness, he was Alec Guinness Obi-Wan by that point.
No, but I'm saying this because they teased Darth Maul in Solo and nothing ever came up with it.
Yeah, no.
So that's why I'm saying, are we finally going to get that payoff?
No.
Are we finally going to see
hold
Darth
on.
Maul?
This is Dave Filoni and John. Wait, well, actually, we don't know that for sure. But it would not be the first time that they were like, so you know that continuity we set up? Forget about it. But no way. No way. Like, sure, they've absolutely fucked up with continuity in the past, but like, that's one of the most pivotal rebel moments for at least a lot of people is, you know, Obi-Wan and Darth Maul's fight. You know, where it's like, oh, you know, they do the whole thing where it's, you know, he takes his stance and then he takes Qui-Gon's stance and he baits it out and stuff like that. But it's like that's their conclusion.
So the director for the Obi Wan Kenobi series is a woman by the name of Deborah Chow,
Okay.
And it was also written or executive produced Kathleen Kennedy.
Here, hold on.
Mike Joe.
We can go into that. Let's actually fucking watch the thing, huh?
Okay, yeah, fine. Okay, but that was like my big question because I feel like that would.
We can check out filmography, directors, and stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
All right. Let's get started, but before we do, please like, comment, subscribe, follow us on our social medias, links to the top of the description, like Twitter and Twitch. I stream every Friday from 7 to 8ish p.m. Central Standard Time up until I'm done. Those are the start times, not the time I stream. Also, please, if you would, support us on Patreon. You get a shout out during the video right over here. It's Gabe. Look at all those sexy, sexy patrons. Boom, 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 boom. And you also get access to Patreon exclusive polls, our Discord, and full-length early reaction. So if you would, please support us on Patreon. I also completely forgot to tell you what we even stream. I read Tokyo Ghoul and My Hero Academia Vigilantes, the manga, when it updates.
There you go.
So, thought out of the way. Let's get started.
Fucking watch this thing.
Anga! 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, fuck, we're on Tatooine again.
Yeah, I know. That's... again. But what are they gonna do?
The fight is done.
Oh, I want this to be good so badly. Oh!
Yep. Oh!
That's
an older Luke.
Yeah, he's old enough for them to ruin him. Some more.
Oh!
Stop it! Stop it!
Son of a bitch!
Yeah,
they're doing it, Rhett. They're doing it.
It's getting me. Stop!
Are we gonna get Inquisitors? Oh shit! That's Darth Vader. Oh no! No! We're getting the fucking Inquisitors in Darth Vader's tower.
Alright, shut up.
Their compassion leaves a trail.
Hey, that's okay. Cool, they got the same
Jesus.
actor. Who the hell are you?
The Jedi Code is like an itch. He cannot help it.
So he is off Tatooine.
Where is he?
Oh shit! Oh my God! It's the Ninth Brother. Are we getting all the Inquisitors?
Is this just
Jedi
Fallen
Rebels.
Order?
This is fucking Rebels. We're gonna get Darth Maul. Take it out.
When in doubt, whip it out. Limited series streaming May 25th. Okay, I did it again. I completely forgot to fucking put the subtitles on, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna fucking go frame by frame again through this, anyways.
Wow.
Like we always do.
Okay, so we've got the Grand Inquisitor and the Inquisitors, except
now I didn't really watch too much of Rebels, so I can't really say if this is like an issue with continuity or if it completely lines up. I can't say that. But my kind of biggest fear is nobody is supposed to know where Obi-Wan is, or that he's even alive. So if he starts running around, whipping out his saber, doing a bunch of shit, and like...
I mean, we saw it with a blaster. He wasn't using any lightsabers, he was shooting.
Okay, so that's something. It's more of just kind of like... You know how in the, DCEU, we have, like... In Wonder Woman and in Batman v Superman, it's established that after Steve Trevor died, Wonder Woman just went dead silent for, like, all the time since World War I to now, like, present day. But then, because they needed to make a Wonder Woman sequel and they wanted to set it in 1984, they were actually like, oh, she was actually out here this whole time doing stuff. She was just never captured on camera and nobody knew about her, even though she was out in public doing shit and hundreds of people saw her, and then she was involved in, like, a super massive fucking event that occurred. So it's like, no, people fucking knew that she exists. She was not off the radar for that long. You get what I mean? Where it's like, I really don't want this to be 1984 for a lot of reasons. But like, where it's kind of like, oh no, he's doing a shit ton of stuff and people absolutely know he's alive, but nobody knows that he's a thing. That kind of, I'm worried about that.
Well, okay, so granted, my only issue, or my counterpoint, is the Inquisitor's jobs specifically are to hunt Jedi, along with Purge Troopers, but I don't know if Purge Troopers are going to be a thing, because that was a thing in Fallen Empire.
Are those ninja troopers from
they're the ones that have like the shock
game?
weapons. They're the no, they were the ones that did you play Fallen Empire?
I did not play Fallen Order.
Okay, so Purge troopers were like trained stormtroopers that worked alongside the Inquisitors to help hunt Jedi.
You know, a stronger.
They had like these big electric, but I don't think they're gonna be. But we saw the Grand Inquisitor. He looks weird, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
I'm not gonna do the whole. I'm not gonna do the whole animated.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do.
He's a Clone Wars or Rebels original character.
I'm not. Yeah. But we do have the Grand Inquisitor. We saw fucking Darth Vader's tower. Which
that was one thing I was wondering if they were gonna do. Were they gonna?
That's where the Inquisitors train.
Were they gonna do? Well, because there's also Darth Vader's castle.
That was it.
No, Darth Vader's castle's on Mustafar.
Oh, okay. No, okay. No, so what we saw was the place where the Inquisitors train.
Well, that might still be Darth Vader's
tower. You go there in Fallen Empire.
That might be its name. Because
it has
the same aesthetic look. Like
no, I know, but you go there in Fallen Empire. It's this big tower.
That's where Vader,
before Vader
Giga busts a nut on your,
So we saw the Grand Inquisitor. We saw this other chick who.
Well, here, hold on. Let's go. Let's go frame by frame, or at least. So I'm at
8 seconds.
I'm at 8 seconds as well. So it's Obi-Wan going into what we assume is probably Mos Eisley. Yeah. Which, hey, it makes sense. So because in A New Hope, it seems that Obi-Wan he's knowledgeable about Tatooine, which makes sense. He's been there for over a decade, almost 2 decades, and so having his interactions in Tatooine, how he knows the places. It makes sense, he would go there a lot. He has to know how things work. Now, something that could be really... Okay, so we have to be, like, as somebody who likes to, analyze things through a critical lens and likes to be able to separate his subjective and objective takes on things, you have to be able to understand when they are throwing things at you that make, if they don't make sense, but they still kind of make you go, oh shit, yeah. Like, first, easily the N1 Naboo starfighter in Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Or Mando Season 3, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, it's Season 3.
Like, subjectively, the N1 is one of my favorite fucking starfighters ever. So seeing it made me go, oh shit, I love that shit. I liked the key jangle. But objectively, it makes no fucking sense for him to have that ship. Why would she get it if the Razor Crest style ships are far more common and easier to acquire? It was just so they can go look N1 Naboo starfighter. I really like the N1, but how they brought it in. So you have to
continuity is key.
I have to. It's gonna be hard to be able to, because I fucking love Star Wars. I love the prequels. They're not very good, but I love the prequels. I love the OT, and so if they show me like Watto, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, it's Watto. But it's what they do. So, but that's the thing. Obi-Wan could talk to Watto, and Watto hasn't seen Obi-Wan since the Phantom fucking Menace.
Yeah, since he was a Padawan.
He never met Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Oh, was it just no? Because he stayed on the ship.
Obi-Wan stayed on the ship.
Qui-Gon was the one that went to him, so he doesn't know who Obi-Wan is.
Oh, that's something. Is Liam Neeson going to be in the voice cast? Because Liam Neeson has the ability to be a Force ghost. In fact, it's a cut scene.
I mean,
but it's Liam Neeson
he was in. I'm pretty sure he was in Clone Wars. I'm pretty sure he voiced himself in Clone Wars. If not, then they got someone really close. But another thing that I did see was that, at least like when Kenobi rumors were floating around, you might have seen it, was that he did want to, like, he talked about being Liam, Qui-Gon and coming back, and he talked about how he still had his lightsaber from that point. So
I would keep my lightsaber. Although Qui-Gon's is kind of the most... Wait, it's either Qui-Gon's or Obi-Wan's in the Phantom Menace that is the most plain to me. Maybe because I had one when I was a lot younger. I had one.
I remember that one.
And it's just the black one with I had the red down button. So you would push the button down, and that's what allowed the extendable saber to come out. And that one just looked so plain to me. I liked Anakin's or Luke's lightsaber a lot more, because it looked a lot cooler. Or Darth Vader's. I didn't care too much for Vader's, because Vader's
and Anakin's are pretty similar.
They are pretty similar, but Vader's is a lot kind of more, like the protrusions of the handle come out.
I don't like the bottom part, because then it's just like,
it's awkward. It feels awkward.
Why am I holding it like this?
Yeah,
I don't want to have to hold it like this.
Exactly, exactly.
I mean, that makes sense though, because he usually wields it with one, because he's just so strong. So he
wait. I think it was. No, it was Qui-Gon's. Qui-Gon's was the black one. Because I'm pretty sure he.
Getting off track. We're getting off track. But I think it would be super cool for Qui-Gon to show up, and speak to him, because we did get to see a lot of that during the Clone Wars too. Qui-Gon was coming back, and he spoke to both Obi-Wan and Anakin. So, I think that could. Plus, we haven't actually seen a Force Ghost since. I'm discluding. I'm not including the sequels here.
Oh my God! What they do to Force Ghosts? Destroy the Death Star with lightning, I will.
Because didn't his Force Ghost appear in Rise of Skywalker?
Obi-Wan's?
Qui-Gon's.
Well, his voice was heard.
So yeah, his Force Ghost was.
Well, see, Qui-Gon. It's a deleted scene in Revenge of the Sith, but it's Qui-Gon who contacts Yoda about. Well. It's not even a cutscene. Well, the scene of him doing it is a cutscene, but Yoda tells Obi-Wan, "I received a message from your master," and he goes,
"How to teach? I'm going to teach you how to."
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, that's not a deleted scene.
Well, the scene of Qui-Gon actually telling Yoda, that's a deleted scene.
Oh, that was a deleted scene.
Mm-hmm. It was either scripted and they never filmed it, but it was something. I remember watching a Star Wars Theory video on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happened. So having Qui-Gon be kind of like a not even just like a mentor to Obi-Wan anymore, because Obi-Wan is
a guiding.
You never stop learning, but like more of just almost company. Like,
I mean, I don't know. I feel like it would be interesting because Obi-Wan is. I don't want to say he's a shell or less,
but he's alone, and he failed, and he just had to trisect his fucking apprentice /
That's why I'm saying
like,
I'm agreeing with you that obviously Qui-Gon's Force Ghost would make good company,
and
but I also feel like it would be good.
Don't think of it like palling around. Think of it more like he can.
No,
he gets feelings of Qui-Gon, and he gets because he can somewhat communicate. Not so much like Yoda and Obi-Wan in the OT, where they show up and have full conversation.
Right. I mean it in the sense of, because I feel like it would be really cool to see. I don't want to say Obi-Wan's gonna have PTSD from this shit, but I want to see him have some really.
He should feel like he failed.
Yeah,
he absolutely should.
I think Qui-Gon's Force Ghost coming back and Obi-Wan going, "I don't know what to do anymore. I failed him. He was the chosen one. I let him down.
I think Obi-Wan's like the one beacon, the one thing anchoring him is Luke, because Luke is he's the hope. He's the new hope.
So that's where they came up.
He's the chosen one. Or at least that's what they believe.
But what I'm saying is, I think because I hope that. Basically what I'm saying is I want Obi-Wan to feel like shit, and I want Qui-Gon to tell him, "No, don't worry, dude, it's okay. I'll help you out."
Okay. The one thing I'm worried about, because the kind of way I wanted this to go is I didn't want this to be kind of a big grand story. I kind of wanted to just be.
I mean, it's a limit. They said it's a limited series, so it's.
Well, all of them have been limited series. Well, I guess we don't know.
I thought by limited they meant like
3 40-minute
episodes. Yeah. Like I don't think that they mean it as like this big grand thing.
Well, because what I wanted was Obi-Wan just on Tatooine, far more introspective and contemplative, and maybe he goes around and those evil bikers that Boba Fett blew up for no reason.
Yeah.
They didn't actually do what he thought he did. Which, by the way, God forbid you go and kill Tuskens who take slaves and shit. But. Those, ruffians are, messing up the town, and maybe Obi-Wan comes in, and maybe he doesn't use a lightsaber because he's trying to still keep himself undercover. But, he does what he can to help, because in his nature, he's still a Jedi. He still wants to protect. He still wants to help those who can't help themselves. And so we get kind of that, and it kind of peaks with him truly realizing, if he doesn't already, finding the hope that Luke Skywalker will arise and avenge the Jedi and save the galaxy. So something more introspective, not something so much on a grand scale. But it kind of seems like we are going to be getting grand scale kind of stuff. All right, so let's move on.
I mean, I can understand. I know they want it to be engaging, and I have no issue with the Inquisitors being here. I think this is a really good opportunity to.
How do the Inquisitors find Jedi? Is it like they ask around, like, oh, you have a special?
From what I remember, from what I remember from Fall of the Empire, because you're Cal Kestis, you're working at this, junk.
Or do they just have like sensory things? Like, do they have tracking fobs for all the Jedi?
I don't quite know. It's not. They don't have fucking fobs. From what I remember, I don't remember exactly. They don't explain how they find them. But you're Cal Kestis, you're on the junk planet, and that you get pulled off by these stormtroopers. The Inquisitor chick arrives. I think she was the 4th, 7th sister, whatever the fuck. And she's like, we received word that there is a Jedi amongst you.
Okay, so they received word. So it's not like they can just...
That's just from potentially what I remember. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, please correct me in the comments. But I know they don't have like a tracking mechanism.
Okay.
But that they are specifically trained to not only fight with the Force, but specifically trained to hunt Jedi.
So maybe Obi-Wan is keeping low, keeping cool, but then something happens and he just can't help himself. He has to go in and stop it. And maybe he flashes a lightsaber. Maybe he uses the Force and some people see it, and just word vagaries kind of get around. Not, of course, that it's Obi-Wan Kenobi, but that it is a possibility of a Force user, maybe even a surviving Jedi, and maybe Vader's off doing something more important, and so the Inquisitors go and do it, and so maybe that's how they get the Inquisitors involved. One thing, so I'm at 9 seconds in, and we see Obi-Wan. It seems 24. Like he's working.
A lot of it is just him walking around. I mean, if I was him, I would just try and blend in and just be like a normal. Well,
yeah,
guy.
It seems like he's working, which makes sense. He's got to make a living. He's got to do stuff, so that'd be interesting to see. Also, because he, not 4 or 5 years ago, he was a Grand General of the Republic. He was an esteemed Jedi. He was on the Council. He was kind of, for the Jedi, living the high life. He was, he got to see the clouds in Coruscant. You know what I mean? Like, Gabe?
That he says, we lost. It's over.
Mm-hmm. So now seeing him, working.
The fight is done.
The fight is done.
We lost.
Here's a question. Is this going to have Mando budget or Boba budget?
Mando.
I can't imagine them not having Mando budget for this.
It's going to be a Mando budget.
The thing is, I couldn't think of them giving Boba Fett the Boba budget either. So there's that. But just this shot right here already looks more... This shot right here looks like it costs more money than all the sets in...
Just seeing the set pieces from like them fighting in the city with the Inquisitors, that seemed like already a lot more.
Not to say that, the amount of money you put into a project equates to the quality you're going to get from it. It just shows
does help, though.
It can help, but it shows the investment they're putting into the show itself, which I can't believe they didn't put in the Boba.
Don't worry about it. So we got a shot of Luke here. So I was completely wrong. He's not an infant or a toddler or a baby. He's like...
He looks like Anakin. Like Anakin in the Phantom Menace.
Yeah. He looks like...
Which means he totally is old enough now for them to fuck with his character more. Like... You
think they're gonna fuck with his character?
I think they can't help it. I think they just have this compulsion.
Why would we see Luke and... I mean, it's not like we're gonna see Luke and Obi-Wan talk.
Well, no, because Obi-Wan could just be watching Luke, and he can see this bird's nest and watch him stomp on the baby birds. That's what.
You are so set on that they're gonna turn him into an asshole.
They ruined his character without him even being in the scene in Book of Boba Fett. Without him even being there, they ruined his character. They were just like, "Hey, Baby Yoda, fly this starfighter by yourself and just go off, and I'm just gonna let the first stranger."
Autopilot. R2 was directing it.
Remember how he has tracking fobs on him, and any fucking
Bounty Hunter could
have just grabbed him. And the fact that R2 didn't give a shit that he wasn't given to Mando specifically, it was just this random stranger that he never met, that no way that Luke or R2 could have known about, just grabbed Baby Yoda and just walked off, and he flew off. They ruined they keep ruining Luke's character, and he doesn't even have to be in the fucking scene. So him being a child is not making me go, there's no way. There's no way.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure he'll be cussing slurs at the, misunderstood sand people,
God.
Dirty Raider! We
do see that he is all, pod racing. Like already.
It does remind me of Anakin as a child.
Yeah. He's got the goggles on and everything. He even goes like that.
Yeah. I'll try spinning.
Oh, fucking Duel of Fates, you assholes. Don't do that
I know,
me.
I know. It's
How
fucking,
dare they?
They know exactly how to get me. That's the thing.
I'm blanking on what the name is. It's like something Latin or like Roman of the name of the Inquisitor's Tower.
Inquisitore.
The key.
So that's the I'm at 038 and
Inquisitorius headquarters. Or
nerds.
Tower Inquisitor.
Fucking nerds. So that's an Inquisitor ship, I assume. The whole
that is
the
what
thing
they
that
look
looks like a discount Batwing.
I like them. The Grand Inquisitor.
The Grand Inquisitors be like, I grew up on a planet surrounded by water.
Oh.
All right. Well, on the Inquisitor's Tower, it looks like we've got. Holy shit! Go to 146. The ship to the left of the shuttle, the Imperial shuttle. Doesn't that kind of look like the Slave One a little bit?
146? Where?
Oh, excuse me, 42. 42.
Okay, I was gonna say
the very end. Yeah.
What am I looking at? That is an Imperial shuttle.
No, to the left of it. Doesn't it look like the Slave One?
Kinda. It's not the same shape.
Not quite. But you know, we got a bunch of ships docked here.
I'll be honest with you, Rhett. I'm pretty confident about Obi Wan and Maul dueling now.
Well, because wouldn't that like
this is a lot closer now to the Rebel continuity?
Yeah, but it's not nearly close enough to time frame. Like, is it? Because I thought I thought Obi Wan was a lot older when they fought for the last time.
He was Ben. No, he was Ben. Who knows? Maybe he's gonna end up turning into Ben Kenobi by the end. Maybe he's Ben Kenobi.
Because it just seems if this isn't if
they only can make him look so old.
They can make him look.
Maybe he's Ben Kenobi now.
I don't believe so.
So you're saying that he only turned Ben Kenobi when he was
Gabe? How old is Anakin? How old is Luke right now? Like 8, 9 years old?
He looks like he's 8 or 9. Yes.
We still have another 9 to 10 years.
Why wouldn't he identify as Ben Kenobi now, though?
Well, Gabe, I'm sure he uses the name Ben right now. I'm sure he uses the name. I'm talking about him, like, in Rebels, he has completely white hair. Like, he is...
So, again, you only can make him look so old.
You can make him look older. Like, with the tech they have, they can make they can make nobody look like fucking Luke Skywalker. Like... And also, so let's say he is old enough to be, you know, he's Ben Kenobi, it's that scene from Rebels. Well, great, now we're just doing that scene over again. Or let's say he's younger and he meets Darth Maul. Why the fuck didn't Darth Maul know that he was there prior?
I'd have to rewatch Rebels and figure out. Well, because Darth Maul doesn't get introduced to Ben Kenobi because he gets with the group through Kanan and Ezra, because they find him and he's all like, "Oh, I'm here to help you, Ezra. Use the dark side, baby. It's nice." So, yeah, okay. But yeah, we get to see the Inquisitors again. I like.
It looks like a fucking albino Megamind.
Is it?
No Jedi.
Oh, fuck! You know, I just realized, Rhett.
What?
We're gonna get Umbrella Sabers.
I hate. Okay.
It's the one thing I hate about the Inquisitors. I like the concept. I like the concept of Inquisitors. I like their design, but
the rotating blade is okay. But the fact that they use it to glide in Rebels invalidates Rebels' existence. Like,
the rotating blade should only be used for if you literally want to go and move forward with it.
Or like a scare tactic, like the kind of indomitable defense kind of shit.
Like with fucking Grievous. He wouldn't fight like this. That's the lightsabers going in circles. I can't do it because I'm not a robot. But, you know, once he would clash with Obi-Wan, then he would start going into that normal traditional style. But seeing the Inquisitors and Rebels, the blade is spinning and they're hitting it, and the ring is just so hindering. It's so hindering because now you can't because the ring's in the way. It's like if you use the bow staff and you put a ring on it, because it's just like.
And then you made the sides that aren't inside the ring,
even though,
touch weapons.
And then the ring itself can actually like go in half. So like one side of it only has a ring, and the other side is. But still,
so it's like a blade, just a blade, like just a.
So here's the whole lightsaber, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got the ring that goes around the center.
Yeah.
One half of it can fold over, so then there's a half ring.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so they can.
So like the blades can like slide in, so they can create.
Yes, yeah, and you can either wield it with one side or double sides. Yeah, but sometimes they wield it with both rings on, and it's just so dumb. Like, I'm fine with the Inquisitors. I'll put up with the umbrella if they do that, which they probably will because they did it in Rebels. But just seeing literally one of the Inquisitors
the thing that's completely
because...
utter unforgivable is the gliding with it, like using it as a helicopter.
Literally, that's what I'm talking about. Literally, one of the Inquisitors died in Rebels because his lightsaber malfunctioned while he was trying to fly. Like, literally, he was fighting Kanan or Ezra and Darth Maul, and his lightsaber was broken, and he was, like, on this edge, and he's like, oh, I gotta fly away. And he starts flying away, but then his lightsaber turns off, and he fell to his death. And that was the last time we saw him.
It's a goddamn fucking Wile E. Coyote sketch.
It was the fucking... Who was it? It was the...
Did he pull up a sign saying help?
It was the eighth brother. It was the eighth brother.
I'm assuming the higher you are in the brother order, the more important you are? Or is it vice versa?
I have no idea. We did see the fifth brother, who was the guy that you got to see his face. We saw 3 Inquisitors, including the Grand Inquisitor in Rebels. We saw Grand Inquisitor, we saw fifth brother, we saw eighth brother, and then seventh sister. And then in Fall of the Empire, we see second sister and ninth sister. So there are 10 Inquisitors in total, but like 3 of them are kind of like unnamed, or 2 of them are unnamed. But this one, the Inquisitor that we see here, the black chick with like the long braid, I don't really recognize her as any of the Inquisitors. She might be a brand new Inquisitor they're bringing in, which is completely fine. I don't give a shit.
Is it?
Unless they're
who was the Inquisitor helper lady from Fallen Order?
Oh, the one that became a Jedi. I don't think she was an Inquisitor. Was she an Inquisitor?
Oh shit! I'm at 54. Oh, hold on. Let me go back a little bit. Because they're at like a.
They're on a train.
So hold on. I'm at 52 right now.
I'm at 50.
So it looks like they keep their dark fidget spinners on their back, like at the top of the shoulder.
They do.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got fifth brother here. I don't recognize the other person. That could very well be sixth brother or eighth brother.
So, but they're at their underwater facility.
So fucking ridiculous saying these things. Sorry, what were you saying?
They're at their underwater facility, and she's getting. Yes. So this lady must be like the black woman must be the one who is assigned to possibly maybe investigate what's going on in Tatooine, and maybe that's what starts. Like maybe Obi-Wan leaves the planet because a lot of heat's coming to Tatooine, and he wants to drive it away.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it's like stop investigating Tatooine. You might like sense Luke. So
draw him away from Luke. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can 100% see that.
I can see that. I could see something like that.
Deal with it off world, and once you've dealt with it, you come back.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to, bring the
leave him for too long.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I mean, if they're gonna bring in a brand new Inquisitor, I have no issue with that because.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, they're all brand new basically to me. I have no.
To you? Yeah, that's fine.
I have no punction for them.
That's
so because she's on. Whoa, she's on Tatooine. She's got her lightsaber, but it doesn't appear to have any of the dumb circly jerkalies.
Did it? Oh, it did not.
And also, it appears that they are performing public executions as someone is.
Oh, and I like how they brought him back from the prequels.
Yeah. No, the guy who plays Uncle Owen. But she's here, so there must be something that's like either drawing to them with the Force, or Obi-Wan did something.
Are they on Coruscant? What?
Hold on, I'm not on Coruscant. I'm not on that scene yet. I'm at 055.
Oh, okay.
So clearly something has drawn them to Tatooine, and they have assigned her to investigate it. And so she's trying to draw out the locals, you know, the classic "I'll kill these people until you reveal yourself, Jedi" kind of thing. Which I'm interested to see how Obi-Wan deals with that, because he can't reveal himself. Or maybe he can, and he makes a show that he leaves Tatooine, so he draws them away. Maybe something like that happens. My question is, do you for a second think that any of the Inquisitors could take Obi-Wan in a fight?
Probably not. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
This is the man that stood up to Anakin in his peak.
No. I mean, here's the thing.
Anakin was better.
In the comics, the Grand Inquisitor, here for reference here, because Obi-Wan beat Anakin, not Darth Vader, because Darth Vader's weaker than Anakin. He beat Anakin. Darth Vader beat all of the Inquisitors and the Grand Inquisitor all at the same time.
Fucking shit.
There's a panel of all the Inquisitors and the Grand Inquisitor surrounding Darth Vader, and they all lost.
Okay, so it's gonna be basically that then. Like, Obi-Wan is going to absolutely finesse these losers. Like,
yeah.
Oh, but he's been on Tatooine for like.
At least I think I'm referring to that correctly. I'm pretty sure he beat them.
You can say that because he's been on Tatooine for like 8 years or 9 years. He may not have been training or whatever, which I don't see why he couldn't be. Like, at least in his lightsaber skills or stuff like that. But even then, if Vader can, I'm assuming casually because he's fucking Vader, defeat all of them by himself with ease, then even a rusty Obi-Wan is going to absolutely finesse these losers like they're B-1 battle droids. Like, so I'm gonna be curious how, because that's another thing I'm worried about. Remember how Ahsoka had trouble with an old lady with a stick, even though Ahsoka had gone toe to toe.
Oh, we're talking about Amanda. Yeah.
When Ahsoka's
how
gone
she
toe to toe
fought
with General
Grievous, Darth Vader, Count Dooku.
Well,
Asajj Ventress.
She would have fought in Darth Vader at that point. Yeah,
Darth Vader.
She had trouble with an old lady and a stick. Like,
Obi-Wan.
She wasn't taking the fight seriously when she switched to her, reverse grip. She won instantly. I don't care. She could have beaten her barehanded. Like, she didn't need the lightsaber to beat old woman with stick.
Again, let me repeat that list. Darth Maul, General Grievous, Count Dooku, Obi-Wan, Anakin.
The who's who.
Fought them all. The who's who of Star Wars. She fought them. She
Remember how we said that Darth Vader beat all the Inquisitors combined, and she fought him and destroyed part of his helmet? She, again, ultimately lost, but she got farther than
she also fought Anakin. She fought Anakin and Darth Vader.
Well, like, she fought Anakin? Like, is that like...
Because she got, I don't remember what part in the Clone Wars, but she was like, I don't know if she was like corrupted by the dark side or she was embracing the dark side, and she fought
Obi-Wan. But you can say that Anakin wasn't like trying.
No, they weren't trying, but but Vader was going to kill her because he was stronger. And
but again, she had trouble with Lady and Stick, so I am a little worried that they're gonna be like, oh, see, because they have a lightsaber in training, they can match Obi-Wan, and it's like, bitch, the fuck you talking about? My man Obi-Wan as a Padawan beat Darth Maul, one of the most physically imposing and skilled Sith ever. Like,
the one issue is that I could potentially see why an Inquisitor would be able to. They're younger. They're gonna be, they have youth on their side. And with Obi-Wan, he's obviously older now. Probably a little rusty.
They're probably gonna go with I haven't used the lightsaber in a bit, so now I can be felled by any other skilled individual. That's probably what they're gonna go with.
I mean, I'm fine with that to a certain extent.
My issue is that he did still seem to match Vader in A New Hope. And while that isn't like the most like representative of Jedi fighting anymore, that still can.
I'm gonna base it more on the CGI created one. that was done, the remake, because that was
whatever you go with. Well, I wouldn't because it's not canon. But whatever you go with, Obi-Wan still fought Darth freaking Vader.
Yeah, and he let Vader kill him too.
So. Well, okay, so again, so like Obi-Wan, while if we were to put this, if they were to fight 10 times, I'm sure Anakin would win the majority, maybe even the vast majority. Obi-Wan still defeated Anakin, and Anakin was the peak. He was the best ever. So like even if Obi-Wan is like 80 or 60% what he was, his 100 was able to match and defeat the greatest motherfucker of all time. So 60% of the greatest ever. Like he's still gonna be clowning on everybody.
It'll be interesting. We'll see.
We'll see. Exactly. We'll see.
We'll see.
Again, kind of interesting. Her lightsaber doesn't have the stupid.
It doesn't have the rings.
So maybe she's like an Inquisitor in training, and they haven't given her the stupid yet.
I don't know, man. I mean, I have no issue with it. If they're gonna get rid of the rings, I'm actually happy about it. Just give them double-bladed lightsabers. They don't need the rings.
Their compassion leaves a trail. That's something that the Grand Inquisitor says in the trailer. So it must be Obi-Wan helps people, and that's the breadcrumb trail that they need to go find him. She does seem to point out Lars.
It does. She does kind of look right at
Uncle Owen. And so maybe she's doing something, and Uncle Owen, the good guy that he is, like calls her out, says like, "Hey, you can't be doing that. We're not afraid of you." And she's gonna be like, "Look to your elder, people. Let him be an example." And then Obi-Wan comes in. So yeah, that.
No. So at 1 minute, so I don't know what fucking are we. This isn't Coruscant.
So now I'm at 59. Yeah, there's. Well, I mean, it's not Coruscant because these buildings. It looks more like an actual city rather than the super megaopolis that is.
That is the planet city. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is nice seeing like a developed zone though.
Yeah.
Like it's been a while. Like the most developed place that I think we've seen since in all of these Disney Plus shows, I think was the Crescent Moon or the ring world that we
saw.
The
Halo ring that we saw in Mando season 3.
It was like, oh my god, paved roads. Like I think
grass? Oh. Holy shit.
We saw grass in Mando sometimes. Like
sometimes.
We also saw grass in Boba. Remember when they went to the worst episode in the entire show and saw Luke?
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Oh, we saw trees.
That's my least favorite episode of the entire show.
Yeah.
That was like seeing that. It was like, oh my god, foliage! Like, but so yeah, they're in a city area.
So she looks like the second sister.
The Jedi Code is like an itch. So these Inquisitors are marching through city land, and Obi-Wan's there. So by some reason, either he chased them there, but more likely they chased him there. Again, probably to get them off the trail of Tatooine.
That person doesn't have a helmet on. So I have she might be another new Inquisitor as well.
At 108, there's a robot looking at a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Now, either A, this robot could be like the new robot buddy to make toys out of.
For Obi-Wan.
Yeah, but the stormtrooper he's looking at has pretty dirty,
shitty armor.
So maybe this is Obi-Wan trying to sneak into a facility.
That might be it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and maybe he's using while the Empire is different than the.
It does literally immediately pan to him with a hand. So that's definitely Obi-Wan.
Oh, okay, that's almost certainly Obi-Wan then, yeah.
That's definitely him.
Then we got the Inquisitore lady.
Oh, yep, nope, we got the fucking spin saber. God damn it.
Masters of Spin Jitsu.
Ah, fuck.
Ninja go! So
I really don't want to have to deal with live action spin sabers.
So it seems like the Inquisitor lady, she cuts this giant thing, so it creates a platform, very Breath of the Wild style, so she can run across the building. But it also seems like she just jumps. Maybe this gap is a lot bigger than the perspective I have right now. But
Probably.
like, Inquisitors, are they force sensitive?
They are, yes.
Like how force sensitive? Like Like baby Jedi Force sensitive, or like
no. I mean, nothing like insane, like no insane feats, like from what I've seen from Fallen Empire.
Are they equivalent to like a Padawan Obi Wan, or maybe like a Padawan Ahsoka, or are they below that tier? Because I can't imagine Vader being allowed to. I can't imagine Vader or the Emperor allowing.
They're not that strong in the Force. They're not that strong from what I've seen. They're not that strong in the Force. They're more skilled.
So it's like you gave somebody who's Force sensitive an introductory course.
I could very well be wrong. I'm pretty sure in Fallen Empire the ones that you fight have Force abilities, but they very well could just be.
It's like they multi-classed into the Force class. As a warrior, they multi-classed into wizard, but they only got to like level 1, 2, or 3 just to get like the.
Yeah, each of them are Force sensitive.
Yeah, so they multi-classed just to get like the like abilities and like the fucking resistances of a Force user, but they're not nearly leveled to somebody who is that class specifically.
Oh, and they're all former Jedi.
They're all former Jedi. Okay.
I mean, well, you got to think about it. Like basically every Sith that ever lived was
a former
Jedi. So
nobody starts off Sith. All right.
People say that the reason why Inquisitors generally seem weaker is because they're not that strong in the dark side, because they used to be Jedi. And looking back, fighting when you would fight, the second sister and the fifth sister, they didn't really do a whole lot of strong and crazy. Not like Star Killer. Oh, I'm gonna pull a fucking Star Destroyer from the atmosphere. That. They would push you back, or sometimes they would throw stuff at you. But
very basic Force.
Very, very basic telekinetic.
The reason I bring this up is because I feel like Anakin or Obi-Wan could jump this clearing while she's cutting something down.
The only person that we saw in Fallen Order besides Darth Vader that showed any higher degree of Force capability was Malchus, who wasn't an Inquisitor. He was a former Jedi. And he held Cal Kestis down. He was throwing big boulders and rocks, and he was restraining him and shit. So I'm not going to see the Inquisitors doing any crazy.
What about the Grand Inquisitor? I'm assuming
he's strong. It's interesting, his specific race, because his race is similar to or almost directly related to the son of the dark side. You know that episode?
Yeah. His
race is that race. So they're almost kind of like the Sith race. Like, there's like an actual race.
The race of the Sith.
There's is kind of similar to that, where they're like
common ancestor kind of shit.
Similar.
They just have this kind of natural connection to the dark side.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Okay. But yeah, he has the.
So he's straight up saying, "Where is he?" So he's like, "Where the fuck is Obi Wan Kenobi?"
Well, here's the thing. Obviously, these can all be taken out of context. He could be looking for somebody else, but more than likely, he's looking for Obi-Wan. I'm assuming that at this point, he's just the Jedi or a Jedi. There's no way they learn that it's Obi Wan Kenobi, because if they go, holy shit, it's Obi Wan Kenobi, this isn't an Inquisitor job. It's now Darth Vader job.
It's a Darth Vader job.
Not only just in the skill level requirement, but it's like, motherfucker.
What?
Like,
excuse me.
So we got the fifth brother here now, marching with just Stormtrooper. Oh, he looks weird.
He cannot help it.
That's fine. I don't really care. It kind of does look like we're on Coruscant, though. Like the bottom levels of Coruscant.
Yeah, but like the buildings aren't
There's no flying
high enough.
There's no lanes.
If we were on the bottom levels of Coruscant, we literally wouldn't be able to see the sky. Like the buildings on Coruscant are like as tall as mountains.
Oh, I know.
All right.
So you got this person trying to run, and she stops him.
Is Star Wars gonna continue to take like just Asian aesthetics and stuff?
Like, I don't know why they made the fifth brother Asian. I don't understand.
Well, I mean, it's fine. It's just also kind of like, this is giving me very much like Tokyo vibes.
I thought that looks interesting.
It looks interesting, but it's just like that plus the daimyo from Book of Boba. It's just like, I think there's a bunch of weebs.
Are those escape pods?
Hold on, where?
I'm at 118. Those look like
escape pods, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's got her lightsaber at 118. She got her lightsaber. She's super coolly diving over a table.
Wait, what are those? What?
She's stopping. I think is that Uncle?
Oh, that's that's the symbol of the Jedi. You know, the wings and the.
Hold on, I'm not there yet. I'm at 119.
Yeah.
Is that Uncle Owen? Is that who she's stopping here? Or
for sure.
Look like Obi-Wan.
That's definitely Uncle Owen. And defeat.
Yep, that's the symbol.
That's the Jedi symbol.
Mm-hmm. That's what Obi-Wan wore on his pauldron.
Oh, and she's just confronting him straight up in the alleyway.
Okay, so yeah, Obi-Wan's got his blaster, or just a blaster. So yeah, this is kind of almost reminding me. A little bit different, but like Samurai Jack, the final season, how he doesn't have his sword, and he's kind of a little bit more withered and a little less hopeful.
Oh, dude, you can literally hear Darth Vader breathing in the ending.
Oh, yeah, I heard that the first time.
They're
shooting on the rooftops.
I didn't even notice that.
The green birds.
Oh, and the eyes of lightsaber. Wow. Well, I like it.
It's got something. Well, specifically, it's his lightsaber, but it's limited series streaming May 25th. Are we gonna react to this, Gabe?
We have to.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
We have to. We gotta react to this for sure.
Oh man.
We do not have enough Star Wars content on our channel for the amount of
times we talk about
stuff that we talk about Disney and Star Wars. Like, we talk about, oh my god, we hate Mando. Oh my god, we hate Boba. Oh my god, we hate this.
Yeah, and out of context, without the hours of stuff that we substantiate without that, it is kind of just like, man, these guys just hate things. It's like, we could literally talk 4 hours.
I promise you guys, we've seen them. We have opinion. We have experience here. I will be honest with you. I'm gonna bite the bullet here again.
You're gonna say you're gonna say it's probably gonna be good, or you're gonna say that it could be good.
I think it could be good.
Well, I'm not gonna say it's going to be good. It could be. They all could have been good.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I'm biting it again.
Like they're treating this as
because I said for Boba, I said Book of Boba. I said it could be good.
It definitely seems like they're treating this as a bigger project than the Book of Boba Fett.
I definitely would. Obi-Wan is a much bigger draw than Boba Fett.
I mean, he is, but like, but Boba Fett's so big too. It's Boba Fett.
And it's Obi Wan Kenobi.
Like, Obi Wan Kenobi is like objectively a much larger character.
He's like one of the pillars.
In terms of if you were to give Star Wars iconography, Boba Fett is huge.
But if you were to
give him the dregs of Mando,
right. If you were to pick like 3 pillars that make up Star Wars, it would be Anakin, Darth Vader, and Obi Wan Kenobi.
Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and probably either Leia or Han?
No. Anakin gets.
You're not even including Luke?
I'll be honest with you. I completely forgot about Luke. So we're gonna get 4 pillars. The 4 pillars of Star Wars is Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And they're the only ones that matter because they can use the Force and they have lightsabers. Because that's the only reason why people watch Star Wars.
What about Han and Leia? And
Bro,
Chewbacca?
if I want to. Dude, if I want
R2-D2 in terms of iconography,
you can't tell me that R2-D2 is a pillar of Star Wars. If you're gonna limit, you have to limit yourself.
He's been in more movies than Obi-Wan.
No.
I don't think I could like the only 2 like true like oh yeah these are it pillars I can think of are Luke and Vader.
That's why I'm picking like 4.
I need to pick like 7 or something.
No, because that's too many pillars. Because at that point, you're just naming characters.
Have you ever seen the Parthenon? All right, there's a shit ton of pillars. How many structures do you know are supported by like 1 or 2 pillars? There's usually like 8.
And it's like a you know like those Roman structures where it's just like the very front has the pillars.
Yeah, and there's never just like 2.
Yeah, there's 4. There's like 2 on each side.
And then he's got the ones on the side because it's like
an
awning.
No, because not all of those have those. We're getting off track here. I'm excited for Obi Wan Kenobi.
I'm definitely excited to watch it, but fuck me. I love Obi Wan. I love Luke. They've already incinerated. You know that scene from Inglourious Bastards where the guy is just opening fire on Hitler's corpse and he's just like blowing it apart. That's Disney and that's Luke. Like they just are just emptying the entire magazine into him.
I'm gonna drain this fucker.
They don't want him to be a character anymore. They just want him to be a pile of goop and sludge. It's horrifying what they've done to Luke Skywalker, both in the sequel trilogy and in their Disney Plus shows. But I love Obi-Wan. Okay, so obviously, Gabe and I, we were born in the year 2000, right? You know, like, while we had the OT growing up, the prequels were the big hot thing. That's where all the toys came from. The movies were coming out. We were still pretty young when the movies were coming out. Like, Phantom Menace came out before we were born. But like, you know, Revenge of the Sith, while I don't necessarily remember it, I know I saw it in theaters. Hell,
I never saw any of the prequel movies in theaters.
My grandma Deb, whenever we went to, when my sister and I went to her cabin in Duluth, every time, you know, when we were a lot younger, we watched The Phantom Menace on a VHS, and she had these special things that she got from the theater, which were like cups with like, you know, plastic heads on them where the straws would go in, and one was Jar Jar, and one was Queen Amidala. And, you know, Jar Jar was mine, and my sisters had Queen Amidala, and we would just drink whatever we want, watch Phantom Menace. That's what we grew up on. So I will never be able to, like, not like the prequels, no matter how objectively bad they are. Now, I do say there are good things in the prequels. There are a lot more bad things.
Yes.
There's,
I know a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of people talk about how it's like, oh no, the prequels are good, and it's like, it's okay to like them.
In them.
Yeah.
There is so much more bad in them.
Like if you were to,
I adore the prequels.
If you were to record like observational study, you throw me, Rhett, and Joe, like natural environment. We don't know we're being watched, and you had us watch the prequel movies. We would meme the absolute shit out of it,
and we would have an amazing time.
We understand that there's a lot of bad parts. We understand there's a lot of cringy parts, a lot of funny parts, but there's also a lot of stuff that, at least for me, I still get goosebumps from.
Exactly.
There's a lot of good stuff that I love.
They knew exactly how to win people over immediately with this trailer. What do?
Prequel.
Which, honestly, isn't it hilarious? It's absolutely hilarious. How when The Force Awakens came out, they were like, yeah, fuck the prequels. Yeah, these things suck. We're getting rid of them, right? They were bad. Now look, we're gonna fix Star Wars. We're gonna bring it back. And now they're like, please remember the prequels, please.
George Lucas did a much better job.
It's the Naboo starfighter. Look, it's Obi-Wan. Like they are existing solely off of the prequels. They are absolutely utilizing the prequels to revive interest because they fucked up that badly.
Which I am okay with. Because it's because of the sequels that it brought a lot of people's attention to realize how the prequels weren't all actually shitty.
Well, that's kind of like
it put the prequels in a brand new light.
You know, it's like, you know, Ted Bundy's bad, but like, it could have been Hitler. Like,
Rhett, that's a terrible comparison. Please don't. You can't put Ted Bundy in a good light. No.
Well, are you saying that he's just as bad as Hitler?
I just feel like we should talk about murder. Genocidal.
This is a comedy joke, Gabe.
Yeah, I know.
Stalin. That's another bad guy, right there.
Oh yeah.
We could have done Stalin. Well, that's actually an argument. Well,
anyways, we're moving past it.
No, but we adore the prequels. The prequels will always have a special place in my heart.
Yes.
Like, you know, I will always.
I have no issue with prequel stuff.
I will always watch it. My issue is, again, it's the jangling keys. It's them. It's like if they do something substantial with it, like because there's absolutely a difference between good and bad fan service. You want good fan service? Watch No Way Home. That has great fan service in it.
That is amazing.
Because there's substantial stuff in it. It's not just look.
It wasn't just
it's Tobey Maguire. Yeah, no, but they actually did something with it that was meaningful.
And they were important.
Sure, you can still call that jangling keys. You can still call that jangling keys, but at least they had the good decency to put the keys in a car to give it a purpose. Like,
or they'd let you hold the keys.
They hold your keys and you can open the door yourself.
Because at least like with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, it wasn't just like, oh, here's a Stan Lee sized or like length cameo where it's just like, oh look, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. I saw them in the portal.
He does the dun, dun, dun,
yeah.
dun, dun, dun,
No,
dun,
they showed up. They were like, hey yo, we got to help you out. They helped get Tom Holland back on his feet. They helped him get justice for his mother. They helped him defeat this group of villains that he could not have beaten on his own.
Written really well. It was all earned. It was great character stuff. And hell, even the stuff like, fucking Andrew Garfield's arc in that. Like, you can get...
It was awesome.
You don't need to have seen Amazing Spider-Man 1 or 2 to understand the importance of... Okay, spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts for No Way Home. If you haven't seen it, go see it. You don't need to have seen those movies in order to get how important and impactful the scene of him saving MJ was. Because they had already built it up.
Yeah.
Like, now, you get more from it, having seen it, but it's not something that's just completely like, okay, well, why does that matter? Like, why is that important? You get all the build-up from that.
He talks about it.
Exactly. There's build-up. You understand why that's important. So that's good. That's good fan service. It's really good. Bad fan service is... Remember the N1 Starfighter?
Up with the Starfighter.
Or how about, you know what was shit fan service? Luke at the end of season 2 of Mando. That was awful.
Yeah.
It wasn't even Luke.
A lot of people are gonna disagree.
Oh my god! Watch that scene. Those stupid dumb robots are pathetic. It's not a cool action scene. It's like the scene of fucking Will Ferrell going and beating up toddlers.
I'm sorry. I'm calling out Star Wars theory here. My guy, you did not need to cry when he showed up. Like, it was not a cry.
It's one thing. I didn't watch the video. I know he cried. It's one thing if it's like, oh, I remember watching the OT with my dad and seeing, like, he's passed away, and seeing this just reminds me of spending the good times with dad. So there's like that amazing, like, immediate emotional connection. That's one thing. But if you're literally just crying because you see Luke Skywalker with a green lightsaber cutting down robots, that is a little pathetic. Now I've cried on camera, but like,
guys, I promise we like Star Wars.
I promise we like Star Wars. But that scene it's pathetic. I hate that scene with Luke because one, the action isn't actually interesting. The robots are painted to be stupid and horrible at being deadly robots. Like, there are plenty of robots that just aren't firing. Some are deliberately missing. Like, Luke doesn't seem cool when his opposition is that pathetic and inept. But then, of course, once the fighting's done and he walks in, it's not fucking Luke Skywalker. It's just some guy that looks like him, but it's not Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker would be like, hey guys, are you okay? I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm a Jedi. I'm here to help. What's going on? Can I aid you? He wouldn't just be like, I'm here for the baby. Bring me the baby.
Bring me the child.
Baby. Na, 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 na. No! That's not Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
He doesn't ask any of their names. Nobody knows who he is. He's not Luke. It's a pathetic scene. It's just fan service for the sake of jangling keys. That's the difference.
We gotta put that on a shirt. Jangling keys.
Oh, we're not the first people to say it. It's a pretty common reference to that.
And we'll be the first to put it on a shirt. Patent pending.
I don't think you would patent that, but
no,
I like where your head's at. I like where your head's at. All right, let's be the first people to put it on a shirt. People are like, well, do you like cars or something? Like, no, but yeah, I'm desperately worried about that. Like, I am horribly worried that this is going to be mostly jangling keys.
To be honest with you, I think even if the story isn't that good, I think that I guess like the biggest piece of hope that I have is with Ewan McGregor. I think that because even when you are an actor and you're given
properties or bad stories can be salvaged by good characters. Just look at the Suicide Squad.
That's what I'm saying.
The story isn't that good in the Suicide Squad, but the characters are all great except for Harley Quinn. But
hold on, right? I'm saying this because it's like you can have really shitty dialogue, really shitty story, really shitty producers, writers, whatever, but you can still have great actors that even though they have to deal with what they're being given and they still have to put it out there, they can still make it seem good, or at least the best that it could be.
I don't know. I think good actors can help negate bad characters, but bad characters is not something that you can just look over. My thing is that if
Ewan McGregor
if the story's
is
bad, but Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan is written to be well. He's a well-written character, and because I have no doubt about Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor has already proven that he can work with bad material. I'm perfectly content in understanding that Ewan McGregor is going to be fine.
I don't know even not better. What about Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan in the prequels wasn't good? Were there any lines that he?
Not off the top of my head. I would have to rewatch it. That might be a fun stream, rewatching the prequels.
Was there a point in time when Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan wasn't good?
I can't think of it.
I cannot think of a single line of dialogue that he said that wasn't like a, oh yeah, that makes sense. Or yeah, that sounds like something he'd say. So my point is, I think that even if
the records must be incomplete.
my point is, I think that even if we have to go down another Mando, Boba, Star Wars prequel route, I still think that that Ewan McGregor can still be that pillar that people can look to.
Well, it's kind of like Chris Pratt in the Jurassic World movies. Like those movies are shit, but Chris Pratt is just so goddamn charismatic and fun to watch that he can make it entertaining. Like, or at least some of the scenes entertaining, just because Chris Pratt has that level of charm.
Because even there's obviously a certain level of delivery when lines of dialogue are just shit. Mm-hmm. It's like you could be the best actor in the world, and then if you say something absolutely terrible written by a 5-year-old, even though you're the best actor in the world,
from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. There's no sand. There's no saving sand or kill what we hate to save what we love.
Even though the writers that we are working with probably don't have the best track record, they're still.
Well, whip up the filmography. Who's directing and who's writing?
The director is the. Who's directing? The Kenobi Show. It was the Chow lady. Her name is Deborah Chow. She's a Canadian filmmaker. We're also going to be having. Let's see. Who else are we getting in here? We're going to get Kathleen Kennedy. Is going to be help writing it as well.
Kathleen Kennedy's helping write it?
It's from what I saw originally that it was from it. So Disney veteran Deborah Chow will direct the series. She directed 2 episodes of Mando for season 1. She also directed 2 episodes for Jessica Jones.
I like Jessica Jones.
She directed an episode for Better Call Saul, American Gods, and Fear the Walking Dead. So it's being obviously executive producer is Kathleen Kennedy, Michael Rajwan, Deborah Chow, Ewan McGregor, and writer is Joby Harold. Oh, I didn't know Ewan McGregor is an executive producer.
Makes sense. What did the writer click on the writer? What else has he written?
She.
She's
the director.
No, the writer, not the director.
Who are the writers here?
Didn't you just say it?
No, I said the director and the executive producers. Who is the writer for Kenobi Show? It might still be the same person. Oh, sorry, no, I did. Joby Harold.
Click on it.
He wrote. Let's see, what has he written?
Roten.
Or whatever. He has done Awake, Edge of Tomorrow, The Blind Brother, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, Robin Hood, John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum, Army of the Dead, Transformers, Rise.
Wait, he's doing Army of the Dead? Is that the Zack Snyder Army of the Dead?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is fun.
He's also done for those are his movies. For TV shows, he's done Underground, Spin Out, and now he's doing Obi Wan. And he's Rhett, did you know we're getting another Transformers movie?
We are?
It's called The Rise of the Beasts. He's writing it for 2023.
Well, the fact that this man is writing a Transformers film, and the fact that he did Army of the Dead, this is a lost cause.
Holy fuck.
This is a lost cause. You give me the writer for Army of the Dead, and I give you a pile of shit.
I never saw Army of the Dead. That's the one with Batista, right?
Yeah, it's the one with
the
Batista.
Zombie Tiger? Is that the Zombie Tiger?
It's the one where the U.S. military sees it fit to paradrop soldiers into mass hordes of zombies with nothing but like a handgun.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, that's his experience. Oh god, he's doing this Transformer.
Let's hope.
It's Rise of the Beasts. That sounds so terrible. I'm fucking crying.
Dude, can you? Now you've made it. You made it impossible for us not to react to that trailer when it comes out. You know that, right? Rise of the Beast is not something we have to react to, right? You know that, right?
I don't know why. I thought it was so funny.
I think that's where we're gonna end it, huh?
Oh my god.
Stay tuned for the inevitable Rise of the Beast trailer and movie reaction. Stay tuned, everybody.
Oh god.
I think we have to react to every Transformers film now, just so we can get ready. Just so
I would love to rewatch the first one. I would.
Are you ready to become Transformers films aficionados so we can get ready for Rise of the Beast?
Oh my god.
We can do it over spring break.
Fuck yes. Oh, that would be fantastic. So, final consensus for
visually it looks very appealing.
Yes.
I really want it to be good. Like I'm desperate at this point. Like I'm willing to sacrifice certain things right now. Like
like my humanity.
Like my soul. There's gotta be like Disney has to be like some kind of eldritch like elder being at this point.
Yep.
Like that's just like a bunch of disembodied eyes and souls at this point. So I'm sure I can like sell my soul to get like a half decent product.
That's how they lure you into the good stuff. Is they produce all the bad shit, and then there's just like, oh, give me your soul, and I'll give you the good shit that we got stored away.
Tired of garbage, are you? There's a way to change that. Just shake my hand. Don't you want a good Obi Wan show?
Oh god.
Come on. What are you waiting for? Yeah, I want it to be good. It's not going to be good, but I desperately want it to be good. That's my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching.
Mine's the opposite. I think it's gonna. I want it to be good. I think
you want it to be bad, but you think it's gonna be good. What?
No, I want it to be good. I think it's going to be at the very least decent. But I'm excited. So
I have hope that it will at least be the best of the Disney
TV
Star Wars
series.
Stuff. But who knows? We still could be looking at
thought that was gonna be. We thought that was gonna be Boba. We thought that was gonna be Boba, and we thought that was also gonna be Mando season 2. And we also thought it was gonna be Mando
season 1.
Yeah,
Mando season 1 starts off fine.
Yeah, it's good. And Mando season 3 starts off fine as well. And then
you're right. Mando season 3 does start off okay. So maybe the first episode of this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
As long as we get at least one episode.
Yeah. If we have just one episode in the series, then it's gonna be awesome.
That's a net positive.
Yeah.
Or at least it's the whatever. Thank you so much for watching. We've been the Custodians. I'm Rhett.
And I'm Gabe.
And stay tuned for when Obi Kenobi comes out on streaming services. And by streaming services, I mean service. Disney Plus.
Because
the grand overlords of Disney will eventually conquer the world. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.